Hey guys, Alani here and welcome to another Free Write Production podcast. Today we will be talking about the correct way to write and speak along with the stigmas of plagiarism. Many people today believe that there is only one correct way of writing and speaking. However, this neglects the great diversity of cultures and nations represented in today's society.
Turn on, or you say, hi, go.
What's going on?
Wagwan.
G'day.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
أهلا بيك. دادله.
Annyeong. Anchi.
Ahoy.
Ni hao.
Tere.
Lamas. Iri.
Привет.
Привет.
Writing is a personal act and so is our language. It is how we voice ourselves and express our opinions. People come from all over the world and we see the world through varying perspectives. So, how can there only be one way to write and speak? And what is lost when we force only one way? By setting a proper or standard form of English for writing, minority students are overlooked and undervalued. Their language and writing is automatically labeled as less than the standard and lowers their worth and the worth of their work. This being said, I don't think the students should have to adapt to one single form of writing and speaking, but rather the role should shift with the people and the evolving world. We already shift the roles on a daily basis through what we called code switching. The book Bad Ideas About Writing talks about this on page 82 in stating, most people implicitly understand that the way they communicate changes with varying groups of people, from bosses to work colleagues to peers to relatives. They understand that conversations that may be appropriate over a private dinner may not be appropriate at the workplace. These conversational shifts might be subtle, but they are distinct. The comedian Key and Peele have a great skit illustrating these code switches in everyday lives.
The orchestra is already filled up, but they do have seats that are still left in the dress circle. So if you want to need to get them theater tickets right now, I'm going to do it right
What's
now.
up, dog? I'm about 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. No, they're all good singers. They all good singers.
Yeah, son. Nah, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm about to cross the street.
No, they got that one dude in it that you love, man. He going to be in it, yeah.
Come on, man. You know I'm almost there, all right?
Right, no, I'm going to pick your ass up at 6:30
Cool.
then. Cool. All right. Yeah. The parking's free. So they got that
Oh,
on
my
lock.
God, Christian, I almost totally just got mugged right now.
Like Key and Peele, students have learned to code switch between their community and the academic setting. The students can't escape where they come from or where they live. It's important to recognize the community of the student as a part of their identity and thus as a valuable part of their writing and language as they are connected to it. In order to recognize the community, educators must stay up to date with the student's culture. This is popular culture. Many people claim that popular culture is killing writing. However, it is proven that popular culture gets the students more involved in their academics when integrated. But what is popular culture? It is everything that the students see in their daily lives that trend. This can be through media platforms like newspapers, TV, magazines, music, and social media. The people who believe popular culture harms writing think that it is too easy to understand that students learn nothing from it, as explained on page 195 of Bad Ideas. But there are many positives to incorporating popular culture into academics. Popular culture can be used to teach students how to decipher rhetorical devices and skills, allowing them to develop arguments to form essays and also showing them how to analyze the world they see around them. The sources from which the students learn, including social media, are signs of a world advancing digitally and technologically. As the world advances and evolves, so should education. Educators should be using what students are exposed to outside of school to appeal to them. Students today are experts at email, Google Docs, slides, posting, texting, and more. Students are able to interpret popular culture with facility, not because it's too easy or simple, but because of practice. Bad Ideas About Writing continues to state on page 200. Students are adept at reading and writing popular culture because they practice it, learn it, control it. Students absorb more from popular culture than in the classroom, so it is to the educator's benefit to use it to guide students towards learning valuable skills and applying it to their own writing. Students can become inspired by what they are already exposed to through popular culture and utilize it to make their own conclusions about the world and in their writing. However, this inspiration is at times misinterpreted as plagiarism. Now, I don't know about you, but plagiarism is my greatest enemy. plagiarism is a very, very broad term for anything that is copied from someone else. I know you can't see my air quotes, listeners, but they are there. Copied. To illustrate the harmlessness of plagiarism, Lawrence Lessig in Bad Ideas tells, "Understand what I am taking when I take a picnic table you put in your backyard. I am taking a thing, the picnic table, and after I take it, you don't have it. But what am I taking when I take the good idea you had to put a picnic table in the backyard by, for example, going to Sears, buying a table, and putting it in my backyard? What is the thing that I am taking then?" You see, no one is harmed when things are taken from inspiration and put to their own use. Students are constantly asked to read and interpret texts. This sometimes means to find quotes and analyze them in essays. They are taught to cite their sources or paraphrase and directly refer to the text. Is this not still borrowing or taking from the author? Why aren't students punished then? Because what teachers are looking at is their interpretation and analysis of what they read. With that being said, that is what all educators should focus on when looking at writing. They should not look for what was taken or from where, but rather how the students created their own interpretation of it. We all get inspired and we all take from others, whether this be written, spoken, or in other creations. Everyone takes from everyone. Plagiarism is a stigma in education that does not truly matter. In a Vlogbrothers YouTube video, Hank Green even talks about how the way we speak is not original.
People don't like samples. They say that it shows a lack of creativity or that they're stealing from other artists. But when I look at this, I see the example of the thing that actually makes humans unique and so powerful. There are no new things. I stole every one of these words I'm saying from the person who made the word up, and we don't remember that person's name. So I find this beautiful, and I love to be able to see a little bit into that process of human creation, as long as everybody's getting credit.
Of course, this doesn't mean the students can just copy, paste, and slap their name on it, but it is okay to use pieces to form your own piece and really make it your own. We all have our individual voices, and we should allow these voices to come through in our writing as we continue to be inspired by others as well. Plagiarism shouldn't be frowned upon in the academic community as harshly as it is currently. Everyone plagiarizes. As everything is borrowed in some way, plagiarism detection services do not work. They flag things that are not copied or cited from elsewhere. I've even had my own name flagged from another one of my own submitted essays. The point here is that we can take parts of other works and make them our own. We think differently and interpret differently, but our work is meant to be shared and inspiring to others. Page 291 of Bad Ideas states on this matter. The advantage here of casting aside the hump for plagiarists and embracing the remix culture is that we can embrace the idea that nothing we create will be entirely new, and that is okay. It is thus pointless to spend a bunch of money on these services that do nothing for what the students actually need at schools. If there are real issues of copy and paste plagiarism, then it is up to the teachers to handle it in a different way. There are only a few students these services would actually work for. Most don't plagiarize in this way. So, educators should strive to encourage their students to write freely and continue to inspire and be inspired. I would like to end this podcast with a fun clip from Ferguson's video, Everything is a Remix, showing the evolving influences of music and thus encouraging us all to build from and with one another. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon with another Free Write production.
Remix. To combine or edit existing materials to produce something new. The term remix originally applied to music. It rose to prominence late last century during the heyday of hip-hop, the first popular music form to incorporate sampling from existing recordings. Early example, the Sugar Hill Gang samples the bass riff from Chic's Good Times in the 1979 hit, Rapper's Delight.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Since then, that same bass line has been sampled dozens of times.
What a scene, pulling up with Jodeci, blessing up a 15. Alright, girl, see my got the good life, no strife, real nice. And I'm a papa, my son Trey, haha. Eu sou o velho caderninho de telefone, com o nome e o número de monte de mulher. E ele vai ligar.
Skip ahead to the present, and anybody can remix anything. Music, video, photos, whatever, and distribute it globally pretty much instantly. You don't need expensive tools, you don't need a distributor, you don't even need skills. Remixing is a folk art. Anybody can do it. Yet these techniques, collecting material, combining it, transforming it, are the same ones used at any level of creation. You could even say that everything is a remix.